Hey!
Hey everybody! Here's the countdown that you were supposed to have. Isn't that the coolest countdown ever? We've been talking for like 10 minutes and we thought we were live. But no, it appears we were not because of technical difficulties. So
But we're
you know
here
what?
now.
Here we are, and that's the breaks. This is our first one. Sorry. So here we are to bring you the news and information from the week and what's coming up. And with us, we have Eric Ryan, who handles the horror movie night events and helps curate the Screaming Room with me at Midsummer Scream. Then we have Lindsay Ungerman, who is she is the events editor and film reviewer, and she's going to tell you all about the movies that are coming up. Oh, and then there's Jeff Heimbuck. Hi, Jeff.
What an introduction.
Jeff has been here from the very beginning, and he's one of my bestest friends in the world and my haunt husband. So we're going to be talking to you about some of the haunts that we were still able to do. Even though 2020 was a complete dumpster fire. Is that what you call it, Jeff?
Dumpster fire is probably the best.
Yeah, I would. Oh, also, before we get started, I want to remind everybody to please subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and like it. And set a reminder if you want to keep up on any of the videos we put up. Also, follow us on social, Twitter, Facebook, and Insta, and Parler. Just kidding about the Parler. So first off, what we have going on is we covered a few really notable movies at the Holly Shorts Film Festival. Okay, so Holly Shorts is an Oscar qualifying short film festival this year, of course, because everything was insane. We did it all. It was all virtual. But there was a film called The Three Men You Meet at Night, which was very good. I'll put the link
based
up
on a true story from Norm, right?
Based on a true story from Norm. And then there was an occurrence at Arvern. I keep saying Averine, but it's Arvern. And then there was From the Makers Of. From the Makers Of was this bizarre, like, short film. It was insane, where these people were trapped in a studio audience for an infomercial, and things just keep getting crazier and crazier. You have to see it. Then last week we also reviewed a film called Mortal from Andre Overdahl, who was the director of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Troll Hunters, and it was great. But Lindsay, what do we have on tap this week that people can watch or people can see this Friday?
Well, it's kind of a light week, but we do have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So there's a few things that are out today. So if you, after this, don't go anywhere, but after this, you feel like you want to watch something good, we've got a couple different things that you can watch. So first, we have from Real Nightmare Films and paired up with Magic Film Group, they've released a supernatural horror thriller called Devil's Prey. So that one's about a demon and a fallen angel, and they battle for the soul of a tormented serial killer as stalked by the ghost of his past victims. And if that wasn't enough, he's being hunted by detectives who are also searching for his latest victim. So that one's a little dark, but it looks pretty good. You can watch the trailer on YouTube, and it's available on all video on demand digital streaming platforms. We also have Monstrum, which is out today. That's from RLJE Films, which is a property of AMC and Shudder. And it's a film that I would say is a little apropos, or actually maybe it's not, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it for the current times. It's about a plague that's taken over and fear is dominating the streets. So if you aren't getting enough fear and plague vibes already, you hit this one up. Rumors of a vicious beast stalking Mount Iwanagsan, I hope I said that right, surface, and panic ensues naturally. And the king brings out his most trusted general out of retirement, and his team assembled to beat this monstrous beast include his daughter, his right-hand man, his royal court officer. So I don't know if that's like the A team or even the B team. Sounds like the Z team to me, but they team up to defeat this mysterious creature. This is all on demand and on video on demand platforms now. And we actually have a DVD release today. So this was on demand for a week. It came out last Tuesday, but it is now on DVD today. It's Sleepless Beauty. So this is kind of a dark twist. It's about young Mila, and she's kidnapped by some mysterious organization known only as Recreation. And her mysterious captors instruct her through a loudspeaker and give her some strict rules, which gives some serious Saw vibes. But it's not so much gore. It's a little more psychological. So she can't sleep, and she has to fulfill bizarre and increasingly violent tasks. But they become so brutally intense that she begins to lose her grip on reality, and she may or may not be part of a sick and twisted psych experiment. So if you like psychological thrillers, this one is out on video on demand, and it is now on DVD for you to own. And we also have Playhouse, and that centers around a notorious horror writer who moves into an ancient castle, as horror writers do, in order to work on his next play. And of course, there are spooky consequences, who knew, when his daughter, who moved in with him, falls prey to a supernatural evil lurking in the walls. And that is available on digital platforms today. And a big one that I know a lot of people are really excited about, I myself am quite excited about it, is Run. That has come to Hulu. So if you are a Hulu subscriber, you've got access to it starting Friday. If you're not a Hulu subscriber, then ask your friend who is, because everybody knows somebody and everybody's on everybody else's accounts. That's how this works.
Not that we condone that, but
we don't. We're just letting you know. Giving out financial advice too on the show, you know. Times is tough. Waiting for that second $1,200 check, but you know, whatever. So it's about a mother and her very kept child, Chloe, and she's been raised in total isolation since birth by mother Diane, who is played by the one and only Sarah Paulson.
Oh, so good.
And amen. She finally begins to learn that there's something very unnatural about her mother, and as she grows up and discovers secrets that her mother has been trying to hide from her. So it's another psych thriller, definitely not to be missed, and that comes out this Friday, not today, but the other films that I mentioned are available today.
Nice. Thank you so much. There was actually another film that's coming out this Friday, and I reviewed it. And it's not horror, but we also kind of review genre stuff, and things that are pretty out there. So I want to share this trailer with you, and yep, here you go.
War. A foreign menace emerges, and the fate of our country hangs in the balance. Our troops spring into action.
We shall fight for all that is right, and we will not stop until the world is perfect.
But could one man be destined to save our great nation?
Never has the dream been more vivid. My dear son, you shall govern this dominion. And now come. Give your mother a kiss.
Dear young sirs, today's examination shall establish who among you is best equipped with those essential talents to lead our fledgling nationality into the 20th century.
Mr. King, when you become the Prime Minister, will you make tuberculosis against the law?
You know I'll try my best, sweetheart.
I want you to follow me.
Yes, Doctor.
1, 2, 3.
My eldest daughter is returning to Toronto. I'd like very much if you and she would spend some time together.
This one's mine, sis. back off.
Dreamy nose.
Believe me, it'll be my pleasure to ruin you.
Please, Your Excellency, I'm begging you. I like it when you beg.
I happen to believe that politics is about building a better world.
You either carry the fury of this country, or you will be consumed by it! We are here today to introduce a young man in whom I've taken a great deal of interest. Who by his own excellence has risen to the rank a leader of tomorrow, who will guide this country to its rightful glory in the new century.
Good night, children.
Seriously.
Oh my
What did you
God,
just make
it's
us
so
watch?
good that you couldn't.
Okay, so that is a film.
Something incredible is what?
Okay, that is a film called, obviously, The 20th Century, and it is a bizarre little biopic about one of the prime ministers of Canada right at the turn of the century. And it is so, the elements are so disparate and strange, and they all work. It's German expressionism, it's a biopic, it's this big, production. There's animation in it, there's puppetry. I mean, like, seriously, it's one of my favorite films of the year. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm looking at some of the comments that people are making on Facebook, and they're like, "We need to see this now."
Yeah,
I'm enthralled.
Well, it comes out Friday, and by all means, see it, because yes, butter churning, exactly, Alan. It was so, and that was just the competition. That's the scene. That's a scene where they're all competing to become prime minister. You should see, and they're clubbing seals, and like it's like, what is this? It was so good, so good.
That's amazing.
So good. And with that, that is your movies and entertainment for the week. But now we have to look back at Haunt 2020.
How do you even follow that?
Oh, I know. It's like somebody farted in an elevator. But the point is, we do have a few things to cover. And actually, this wasn't it. I mean, it was terrible, but it wasn't desolate. We did get to go see a few things. I got to go see Joe Bob's Haunted Drive-In and Prism Haunted House, which was a home haunt. And Jeff, what did you see?
I went to Knott's Taste of Halloween event. I saw the Stranger Things drive-through experience and also Creep LA.
And what did you think about Creep? Now, that was a socially distant thing, right? How'd they pull that off?
Yes. So going to Creep is like a tradition for Norm and I every year. We always have a blast, and I'm sad that I could not attend with him this year. But for those of you who have been to other JFI productions before, they use the same house that they used from The Willows again. And the way they did it was, you had to wait in your car until you were texted it was time to go. And it was called Inside. So there was a narrator who was socially distant from you, holding a speaker that told the story of this house. And as it told the story, you would stop at certain windows along the way and look into the house, hence the name Inside, and scenes would play out while it talked about it through the speaker. And it was like 15 minutes long. It featured all our favorite creeps, and it was so well done. It was like wonderful, one, to see a creep show for Halloween and made it feel like Halloween again. And then two, just the way they were able to make it work and have it be safe and socially distant for everybody involved, the actors and the participants, people going to see it, was unbelievable. They did a wonderful job of it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do wish that I were able to see it. But again, because it was so, it was so socially distant. There weren't a lot of tickets, and it was,
They went within moments as soon as they went on sale.
Yeah, but Jeff needed to be the one to see that one because, It's good stuff.
Love me some Creep.
And what about the Stranger Things drive-into experience? Because that's still like a thing, right? That's still going on.
Yeah, it's sold out right now. Like, you could buy tickets up through February right now. Like, it's sold out all through this month, next month, and January. So if you want to go, you have to go in February. And I think it goes through March still, and I think they're still adding tickets. But, you know, in a world of like weird drive-in experiences, like a lot of people have been trying to make haunt stuff work, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like the Stranger Things drive-into, whatever it's called, they did a great job. It was, for us, it was like 2 hours long. It was an hour of waiting to get into the experience and then an hour-long experience. But for the hour we were waiting, we were entertained. It was like a high school reunion for Hawkins at the Starcourt Mall. They had like a big stage where you can see the things that are going on. They had the characters walking around with masks and everything, interacting with people through the car windows. You tuned into a radio station. It was a great time. And then you drove through the row downtown LA parking lot, and they had different scenes set up. And they were like, I don't know, at least 50, 75 cars per scene, but it felt like they really took the time to interact with everybody and make it special. And it basically retold season 3 of Stranger Things. And they did a great job. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. It wasn't necessarily scary. It wasn't supposed to be, but it was very well done and very entertaining.
Yeah, so you would rate that like what, a PG-13 type of a situation, or?
I would say probably, like, because of the language, like PG-13.
Got it.
But it was for the whole family. If your family watches Stranger Things together, then it's definitely something I highly suggest you go check out.
That's fair. Yeah. Joe Bob's. Speaking of not family, Joe Bob's, on the other hand, was not a family-friendly show. Unapologetically so. But it was a lot of fun. And they basically, there was no, there weren't any sets or anything. The whole show was up on the screen. Your focus was to be on the screen, and it was basically a short film festival where Joe Bob, was supposedly up in the projection booth at the center of the drive-in, and and the mail lady was there, and Felissa Rose, and before the movie started, you were able to go get snacks and even do a like socially distant meet and greet, like, hey, to see the stars, and then you hopped into your car. And then while you were watching the short films, Joe Bob would come on and be like, hey, there's a zombie outbreak happening like nearby, so just stay in your cars. And suddenly you'd start to see 1 or 2 zombies, walking by, and then it would build and build, and it just got crazier, and it was just fun. But
that's awesome.
Damn it, actually. It was dirty. It was there was some stuff.
But it's Joe Bob, typical Joe Bob.
It was. You know what? I would say it was a little bit more.
Really?
Typical Joe Bob. Just a little more. Little more, but it was a lot of fun. But and then I also went to the Haunted Hayride drive-in experience, and that was, of course, impeccably produced and polished, and that was fun. So that was, I think one of the things though that I missed the most about haunts and the haunt season this past year was doing the 7-second reviews with you, Jeff.
I know it's what I look forward to, and I think the fans look forward to as well during the year.
Well, it's so bizarre and so difficult to like sit there and like suddenly walk out of a maze and go, it was great.
Norm, here we go. Let's 7-second review.
Go. You get on that side. Yeah. He's always reminding me what side to get on. But,
we're just always so used to doing that as soon as we do a haunt thing together.
But here's a little best of. All right. And here we go.
Midnight Mortuary.
I liked it.
It wasn't bad.
That was no.
That's all I got. Go.
7-second review of what the fuck? What was it called? So much wetter.
But more Stranger Things are probably happening elsewhere because it was terrible.
This is called photobomb. The best part is
what?
You can't get pregnant.
Why?
Because it's full of dead semen. Norm?
was scary.
What is that?
All of the zombies, all of the guns,
What?
all of them. It's a dance party.
It is a dance party.
Let's go.
There's something.
Yeah, we're idiots.
The Queen Mary review is still my favorite review of all time.
I was laughing about that. I was like crying.
The Dead Rise joke. Yeah.
Yeah, the best joke we've ever made.
Tacky. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
So yeah. So with that summation of the haunt season that was, I guess we should move on to the things you can still do. And with that, I am passing it over to our dear friend Eric. Eric, what do you got for us?
We, after several months of not being available to do stuff, we have been able to finally bring back our monthly horror movie night with the Frida Cinema. We've done horror movie nights for the last just over 2 years, and it was devastating to us to lose the theater to be able to do it. We had a program all set for March that we were just days away from showing when the theater got shut down.
Which one were we going to be showing?
An American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that's right.
Which we will be showing at some point, because I've got that all. I have everything for that all ready to go. I have the pre-show for that all set. I have a game that I put together that we're gonna. So all that's ready to go. We will get back to that just as soon as we can.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
First, we returned last month. We were able to do one in October. We've been doing it. We're doing it with the Frida with their drive-in films that they've been doing. They're doing a series called Drive-In Dine Out at the Mess Hall in Tustin. So last month we returned with a screening of Evil Dead 2, which was sold out. Went over really well. I think everybody who came had a really good time. It was fun for us to be back and doing it, and we just couldn't wait to come back and do it again. So we've got another one coming up here next week, a week from tonight. For November, we are doing. Let me see if I can get this to work.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Eraserhead.
Which we've put together for that. I put together a very Lynchian themed pre-show.
And well, okay, you know what we should do though? We should tell people what makes going to horror movie night different than going on any other night to one of the Frida drive-ins.
Yeah, it's we make a whole event out of it. It's not just coming out to see the movie, but we put together a whole evening's entertainment for you. We start off with
the dum-dums. Don't forget the dum-dums.
We start off with dum-dums.
His name is Eric.
When you arrive, everybody who comes has to get a dum-dum. I don't care what you do with it, but everybody gets one.
Yep. Remember the April Fool's Day where we switched all the wrappers? Good time. Good time.
Right. So the show, the doors open at 6:00 on Tuesday. You'll show up. We'll give you your dum-dum. You'll pick out your parking spot. And then at 7:30, we do our pre-show. Every horror movie night, we put together a 30-minute pre-show full of various clips and just pieces of video that we find. It's a lot of fun. I think they're pretty entertaining.
Oops, sorry.
No, I was just saying I have a good time I have just as much fun putting them together as I do watching them.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because we actually have a very shortened version of some of the weird stuff you would see before horror movie night, the half hour leading up to the screening. So without further ado, this is a little something Eric put together for all of you guys.
I've seen enough tragedy and disaster to make you want to upchuck in your shorts.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Dad likes to do his own teabagging.
Candy corn! Candy corn!
Get up! Ow! It's President's Day! Showing at a theater near you.
Big hot dog.
This recreation identifies how witnesses say the bear escaped.
Show starts in 1 minute.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's showtime!
Oh, Eric.
I love those.
They're just way too damn funny. Just so good. So, do we have anything to give away tonight, Eric, or no?
Yes. Well, because at each horror movie night, we do a giveaway. We give away a pumpkin pack. And the pumpkin pack is a plastic Halloween pumpkin. It comes with a bunch of neat prizes in it. And so we usually do that with some kind of game or something like that. We have something planned for next week that we're going to be able to give away a pumpkin pack. But speaking of giveaways, we do have a giveaway from our friends at the Frida. They have given us a ticket, and a ticket is good for a car. And that would be however many people you can legally fit in your car.
Sounds like a challenge, but yes.
Legally. I like how you said legally.
Legally. Yeah. Nobody in the trunk or, I don't know, under the hood or wherever else.
That sounds like when they changed all you can eat to all you care to eat.
Right.
All let you eat.
Anyway, the Frida will be having next Friday night, a week from this Friday, so on the 27th, after the Eraserhead screening. They're going to be doing a 40th anniversary screening of The Shining, which is one of our favorite movies. And so they've given us a ticket to give away. So we have a way that we're going to do that. So what we're going to ask you to do is we want you to go to the Horror Movie Night page on Facebook. So that's you can get there by going to facebook.com/horror movie night. All one word, no dashes, no spaces, nothing that. Facebook.com/horror movie night. And on there, we're going to ask you to like the page, and we're going to want you to make a post. And with that post, we want to make sure that you also tag somebody in that post. And the post that we want you to do is we want you to give us an alternate line to the Here's Johnny line.
Easy enough.
So come up with something clever, post it on there, and you could win this free ticket for a car to the Shining screening on Friday, November 27th.
Yep. And
what a Thanksgiving treat.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then isn't there a little something happening in December, Eric?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
We will be coming back again for another horror movie night in December. We have a special double feature planned. We're going to be showing the original Black Christmas, the good Black Christmas, and along with Silent Night, Deadly Night. And that's going to be coming up on Tuesday, December 22nd. That one's going to start a little bit earlier. It's going to start at 7:30. And that should be a good one. Should be fun. Yeah. We're looking forward to it. We're so glad to be back doing these things. One more thing I wanted to mention about the horror movie nights. The other thing that we include each time is we show a short film that we select from the Screaming Room, which is the short film festival that we run at Midsummer Scream. So next week with Eraserhead, we're going to be showing a film from last year's Screaming Room. It won the audience award for the WTF block, and it's a film called After the Flesh.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Oh, that one.
The filmmaker and some of his cast and crew are scheduled to be there to introduce the film. So we're looking forward to that. We always like it when the filmmakers are able to come out and attend these.
Super cool. Well, you guys, you have your assignment. Come up with an alternate line for Here's Johnny, and you might be the winner of tickets to see The Shining next week. And actually, as a reminder, Eraserhead is 1 week from today. So get your tickets now, and you might see a little Jack Nance running around. I don't know. I was thinking about dressing up as him.
And make sure to get there early so that you get a good spot and be there for the pre-show.
Yeah. The earlier you get there, the closer you are to the screen. They just kind of fill it in. But that's that, you guys. We made it through our first HorrorBuzz Live, even though we started a little bit late. That was my fault.
We started on time, just nobody
We did start
saw
on
it.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were all set, but I don't know what y'all were doing. But yes, thank you so much to everybody who helped make this broadcast possible. Lindsay, thank you so much. Jeff, Eric, thank you for coming on and being a part of this. And yeah, here we are at the end of our broadcast, and we hope to see you again next week. We might be just doing an abbreviated one next week because of being at Eraserhead, but who knows? And with that, everybody, thank you, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Bye, everybody.
We'll have a theme song next time, I swear to God.
Happy Halloween.